Ah, there it is. Did it work?
I'll go back and check. I'm waiting for it to update on my end. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Let's get to the game. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
critical.
just all right. Well, let's take a look at NACL side if you want to grab the opposite.
Go right ahead.
We Burgonya. Look at
Indeed,
that
you're excited.
already
I know.
starting with that. And then we've got Kremlin, of course, Moskva, Salem, Hindenburg, another
Whoop whoop.
Moskva, Marceau, Daring, and Holland for NACL.
That's right. The Church of Hindenburg is happy and proud today. Looking over the GGWP lineup, or I should say GLHF, but completely comprised of GWP players here. Montana and Shikishima, we have not seen a Shiki to this point of the tournament. There's double Salem. We were just talking about how there are maps where Salem can be very useful. Crash Zone Alpha, potentially one of those here. Going for a quadruple destroyer lineup there, Zach. Gearing double Marceau and Shimakaze, rounding things out with a Goliath. It's a very interesting team comp from GGWP.
Worth noting, the Shimakaze is using 20-kilometer torpedoes.
That's not really surprising, in my opinion. We see that a lot. Now, one of the things that I do like, Zach, check out what's happening at B already. Look at this is this is a destroyer wolf pack.
Yep.
The Shimakaze leads the way. He's going to step onto the cap. He outspots the Daring. And if he stumbles across the Daring, the Marceaus are going to just try and murderize this dude. Let's see. Now, they've got a huge gap between. There's like 8 kilometers between those two ships right now. So they're not in danger of stumbling across each other. But that Shima can afford to be a little aggressive with that kind of backup right behind him.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the Shima's already starting to turn out.
Yep.
Which means I think the Marceaus will be detected first.
Now, I want to say something also about an NACL choice that I find curious, Seth, and that is the Holland. In a format, well, in a format without carriers, I'm not positive why you would bring a Holland in lieu of something else.
Well, you can't bring a Smallland, so you bring the Holland.
Right.
It's
right.
You get the ridiculous. Oh, look at the torp spread.
I was just looking at this. Like, this is bloody gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Now, he's obviously got his hydro up. That's Tug's Daring going to be ducking out of the way there. Obviously, you're looking at RPF on optical Shima against the Daring's hydro.
Yep. Oh, we just want to take a moment to just appreciate that gorgeous spread.
Isn't it gorgeous though? Like that's someone who definitely has been practicing with their Shimakaze. That's beautiful.
Yep. And it looks like Tug got detected for a second there. I saw some shells coming in.
I think they were guessing. They were pot shots.
Those are really close guesses, though. Holy crap. Did you see where they landed in relation to Tug? That Shikishima, man, he's like...
I like where GWP's head is at, but for the moment...
Wow! He actually hit him.
Yeah. Radar going up from the Moskva over on the F line, picking up the Shimakaze as now the double Marceaus come in, realizing that the Daring is basically by himself. If you look at the map, the Daring has essentially no support. There is no one on that team that can support him. These Marceaus are going to run him down as best they can and murder him. At a minimum, GGWP is going to pick up the cap.
Well, yeah, and Tug backed out of the smoke for a sec there. That was a bit of a mistake as he got detected. But you're right. I mean, they know they can run down. But look at this, Kaga!
Woo!
With the dodge.
Muffled Eurobeats playing in the background. Somehow they have him lit. Oh, his smoke is expiring, and they have him on the surface. Yeah, they have him on the surface.
Short duration smoke.
Yeah, they're going to gun him down, and he's got no one who can help him. The Kremlin might have a shot on Kaga, but Gentleman Walrus turning to interpose that island, and there he goes.
It's done. We got our first kill of the day.
Bit of a mistake there from NACL, leaving that Daring hung out unsupported, but also a really brilliant play from GWP, just brilliantly executing a nice destroyer Wolfpack there and doing exactly what they brought that little setup to do right there in the middle of the board.
Yep. Now that we have a moment to talk about the Holland pick, the thing about the Holland is it's got those fast torpedoes and they reload quickly as well. So the Holland's not a bad pick if you want to try to lock down an area.
No.
And kite away. And if you look at NACL's position, they're pretty much expecting a push from A. And that's really not happening, especially now that B is covered by GWP.
Yep. This the kind of the fast spammy torpedoes. I understand. I get that attraction to the ship and the heel. Like there's things to like about Holland, but what in my mind, what Holland is really known for, right? What she's really known for, is the AA. And in a format without carriers, yes. I just look at that and I go, why would you like if you want? I'll now, admittedly, I'm an American destroyer fanboy, so this is going to sound like a homer pick. But why would you take a Holland instead of maybe, say, a legendary gearing with the Fletcher torpedoes, right? You can get those down to like 80 to 85 second reload and still have a 5.6 detection, right? And the speed boost and, more importantly, the American smoke.
Right. Yeah. Going with Holland means that you're giving up on the value of smoke.
Yep.
In favor of, like I said, the torps, and then, of course, there's the heel, too, I guess.
Yep.
But you're absolutely right. And I guess that's one of the nice things, though, is there are so many different choices for destroyer, right?
Yep.
So
very much so. Despite being down a ship, NACL has a cap lead. We just had another lead change here. Look at this Salem push on the B line, Zaf.
I was just scoping in on this.
They are incredibly aggressive against this Burgonia and the opposing Salem. I think they realize. I mean, the Burgonia can't pen these guys through the bow. Can't overmatch their bow, I should say. And the enemy Salem right around the corner, Killstar looking like he's going to try and just edge up here and look for this shot. He's certainly trying. Can't quite get there. As now one of the opposing Marceaus come around, starting to try and farm Killstar's Salem. Whaler ran aground there.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so Wolfie moving forward is going to allow Killstar to come back around and try to get Germany, but there's just a whole lot of chaos going on.
I mean, what they've done now, like the Destroyer Wolfpack has basically rotated north, and they're just going to, like, they're just, this is going to sound awful. They're just gangbanging this Burgonia, right? Like, there's like, it's like 6-on-1 with this poor guy between the Shimitorps, the double Marceau, the Montana. It's just crazy. You know, I got to give GGWP, I mean, I give them a ton of credit for the Destroyer pack, but I've also got to give them credit. Look how aggressive they're playing, Zaf.
Oh, yeah. And the Salem gives you that ability to be aggressive because you've got that super heal.
Yeah. This is like Russian server aggression, right? Like, they're like, we're barely 8 minutes into the game and 2 ships are dead. And we've seen some games of King of the Sea where you'll go 15 minutes before the first kill happens.
And, kind of funny that you should mention that. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm putting up my little death pick icon in the chat whenever somebody dies. And I put the death pick on, and somebody goes in chat, already?
Now, the other thing that I'm just noticing that I have been remiss about, look how low the NACL Kremlin is.
Mm-hmm. He's been farmed all game.
By what exactly? The Goliath?
By the Montana, the Goliath, the Shikishima.
Goodness.
Basically, everybody that has the range. And Goliath makes sense, right? Those 234mm guns can HE pen 60 millimeters of armor.
Yes.
Right? Try to do the math real quick. No, they can't. 234.
Divided by
IFHE, they can.
Is it IFHE? I thought the British guns... You're right, the British HE doesn't get the pen built into it like the Germans do. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. Right. The British HE has the same, like when you're driving the mid-tier British heavy cruisers, it's the same pen values as the Japanese ones, right? Now we're about to have another destroyer. We're about to have another destroyer assassination here just south of B.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm curious. I'm wondering if Vader knows that these guys are there. He doesn't. He's about to come out. He's using this island as cover, though.
Look at this brilliant execution, though. You've got one on either side.
Well,
so
you did, but I think Gentleman Walrus, they don't know he's there, I don't think.
No,
they're about to find out. Well,
they do now.
It begins now. As poor Darth Vader is going to be off the board here momentarily as he's going to get double-teamed.
Triple. How about you heal that?
Yeah, heal that back, sir. That's one thing about Holland is if she can't break contact, that heal doesn't do you a lot of good because her health is so low to begin with.
Yep. But at this stage of the game, you have to try to make something happen.
Yep.
unfortunately, couldn't make it happen.
Cap lead, ship lead, everything coming up GGWP here in Game 1 as we start the group stage here on NA. Just now at the halfway mark of the match, but Zath, I'm not sure how NACL comes back from this.
Nope.
The enemy is about to win.
And now the Marceaus are just
Yeah, they're
all
just
they have to do is hold down left mouse
yeah,
button.
they're
and
just
win.
they're just being cheeky with left mouse button now, like lol, do something. They're gonna have a bit of a collision here.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're just high-fiving.
Yep. Celebratory French high five there as they circle around just about the spawner. These Marceaus have been all over the map. They started at B, they went up to C, they're back in the middle again. I mean, the French destroyer speed gives you that kind of just beautiful, beautiful ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the reasons that I love playing. I love playing the likes of Mogador or Le Terrible, Le Fantasque in ranked, like in Bronze League, right? Because you can just be almost anywhere you need to be with that ship. It's such fun. Now, with the Shikishima off the board, and I gotta say, I'm impressed that NACL was able to pull that off, because I think the combination of the Holland Torps and the Hindenburg HE just kind of slowly eventually farmed him down. We didn't talk about it much, but really good work by NACL to get that ship off the board and continue moving through A. But the trick is that by the time it happened, he'd already done his job and basically held them back so long that it didn't matter.
Right. Right. And unfortunately, I'm just realizing now I had the teams reversed in the helper.
Yeah, you've got it. That's something you change now in the helper. You can actually set it before the game. So game 1 here would be Bravo Alpha, and then we're going Alpha Bravo, and then Bravo Alpha for game 3 if we have game 3.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
That's what that little drop down is for. Yeah. Hey, this is our first day with this functionality in the stream helper, buddy. So relax. We're all learning together.
Yeah. Sorry to my viewers who were getting confused by all that.
Look, as things go, that's pretty minor. Ooh.
Yeah.
Montana from 22 kilometers. That's it. Seconds left on the timer now. All over with the crying here for NACL. I feel like they played well, Zath, but they just got steamrolled by a team with a better plan.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
I'm gonna be really curious to see how they decide to try and deal with this Marceau Wolfpack, because I'm gonna be shocked if they don't try to do more of that in game 2. I mean, it worked so well for them this game.
The ship bans are not for individual matches, right? It's for the entire series?
That's correct. Nevsky and Des Moines are banned for the entire match. So every game, those are the ship bans.
So now NACL is not going to be able to just be like, well, no Marceau next time.
Yep.
Like they're going to have to deal with this.
That's correct. That ship has sailed. So ship bans going forward in the event are now for the duration of the match. Each team gets one ship ban and one ship ban only. But game 1 here claimed by GLHF here on Crash Zone Alpha.